After 60, feeling tired after a healthy meal isn't normal aging. It's a signal. Your body's energy engine runs differently now. Think of insulin like a worn-out key that can't open the cell doors anymore. Every carb-heavy bite keeps those doors locked, trapping energy on the outside. But new research from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic shows that 8 low-carb, no-sugar foods may reignite your body's power system, naturally. Stay with me, because the last food on this list works like a gentle switch that turns fatigue into steady strength. If you've ever pushed through an afternoon slump or wondered why coffee no longer helps, you're not alone. After 60, your cells simply can't use glucose the way they used to. Blood sugar lingers longer, inflammation builds quietly, and your muscles begin losing fuel. But there's hope, and it's delicious. In this video, we'll look at 8 foods with virtually no carbs or sugar that research shows may restore energy, balance hormones, and rebuild strength. Always consult your healthcare provider before making dietary changes, especially if you take medications or manage chronic conditions. 1. Eggs, the morning repair. Fuel after 60, your body's ability to turn food into usable energy changes dramatically. Most breakfasts loaded with toast or cereal cause a quick blood sugar rise, then a crash that leaves you yawning before noon. But a simple plate of eggs can shift that entire pattern. Eggs contain high-quality protein and nutrients like choline and leucine, which directly support muscle repair and brain function. In aging metabolism, insulin works like a key that no longer fits well in its lock. Glucose stays in the bloodstream, creating fatigue and inflammation. But when you replace carbs with protein-rich foods like eggs, your body stops chasing sugar highs and starts rebuilding tissue. In the 2021 study, Can Older Patients Adopt and Maintain a Ketogenic Diet? PMC 8615410. Adults over 65 saw 54% improvement in glucose control within 3 months, many simply by centering meals around low-carb proteins. Think of eggs as the body's morning repair crew. Each bite delivers the amino acids your muscles need to rebuild after night's rest, helping prevent sarcopenia, the gradual muscle loss that affects 1 in 3 seniors. When paired with a tablespoon of olive oil and a cup of sautéed spinach, you're giving your body everything it needs for stable energy lasting 4 to 6 hours. Margaret, 72, told me she used to feel exhausted by mid-morning, relying on coffee refills to stay alert. After switching to eggs and spinach, she noticed something different. No crash, no fog, and a calm focus that lasted until lunch. It wasn't about eating less, she said. It was about eating smarter. Have you noticed your energy dips right after breakfast? That's your signal to try this shift. But the next food, fatty fish, does something eggs can't. It fuels your mitochondria directly, the tiny engines that decide how energetic you feel all day. Stay with me. 2. Fatty fish, fuel for the mitochondria. Picture your cells as tiny engines. Every movement, every thought, every heartbeat depends on these microscopic power plants called mitochondria. After 60, those engines lose about 25 to 30% of their efficiency, producing less energy and more waste. This is one reason even simple chores can suddenly feel exhausting. But fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, or mackerel, feed your mitochondria the premium fuel they crave. Research from Nutrition. Research, 2025, followed older adults supplementing with omega-3 fatty acids. After 12 weeks, inflammation markers like IL-6 dropped significantly, especially in those over 80. Think of omega-3s as a gentle rain that puts out the small fires of inflammaging, those invisible sparks that cause stiffness, brain fog, and fatigue. The same study found improvements in overall energy and hand grip strength, showing how anti-inflammatory nutrition can translate into real vitality. When you eat fatty fish, your body also produces ketones, clean, high-octane energy molecules that generate up to 38% more energy than glucose. It's like swapping smoky coal for clear-burning sunlight. And unlike processed fats, omega-3s help your cells become more flexible, improving how oxygen and nutrients move through your body. In my clinic, Robert, age 70, told me he used to nap every afternoon. After adding salmon twice a week, he noticed the difference within a month. It felt like someone turned the lights back on, he said. That's mitochondrial repair in action. Quiet, but powerful. If you take blood thinners, talk to your doctor before increasing fish intake, since omega-3s can enhance anticoagulant effects. Most seniors do well, starting with 2 servings per week, cooked gently in olive oil to protect the delicate fats. Your mitochondria are ready for renewal, but what if the very pressure inside your blood vessels is slowing that process down? The next food works like nature's valve, helping your circulation flow smoothly again. 3. Leafy greens, the silent blood pressure balancer. Every heartbeat is a conversation between your blood vessels and your diet. After 60, that conversation often turns strained. Stiff arteries, higher pressure, and slower circulation make the body feel heavy and tired. But leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards, speak a healing language your heart understands. They're rich in vitamin K, folate, and natural nitrates that help relax blood vessels and keep blood flowing smoothly. The pre-dimed trial, 2013, found that older adults following a Mediterranean-style diet rich in leafy greens and olive oil reduced their systolic blood pressure by an average of 12 millimeters of mercury in just 8 weeks. That kind of drop can mean fewer dizzy spells, better balance, and a calmer heartbeat. Think of leafy greens as nature's broom, gently sweeping tension from your arteries, while delivering minerals like magnesium that calm the nervous system. When paired with a small amount of healthy fat, like a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, these nutrients become far more absorbable. Fat acts as the delivery truck that carries vitamins A, D, E, and K into your cells. Without it, much of the nutrition simply passes through unused. One of my patients, Carol, 68, started each morning with a cup of lightly sautéed spinach beside her eggs. Within weeks, she told me her hands felt warmer, her fingers steadier. It's like the blood finally found its way back home, she smiled. Try adding 1 cup of greens each day, cooked or raw, but stay consistent. If you take warfarin or another blood thinner, don't avoid greens. Just keep your intake steady so your medication can stay balanced. And here's a quiet secret. When greens meet the right kind of fat, they don't just help your heart, they feed your brain. Because the next food, olive oil, acts like a protective shield around every cell in your mind. 4. Olive oil, the brain's liquid shield. Your brain may weigh only 3 pounds, but it consumes nearly 20% of your body's energy. After 60, oxidative stress quietly erodes those delicate neural pathways, like rust creeping along copper wires. That's where extra virgin olive oil becomes more than a kitchen staple. It's nourishment for your neurons. Research from the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, 2012, found that seniors who regularly consumed olive oil scored higher on verbal memory and attention tests. The key lies in its polyphenols, plant compounds that neutralize the sparks of oxidation before they can damage brain cells. Think of olive oil as sunscreen for your mind, protecting it from the constant glare of inflammation and time. In clinical nutrition, we see how olive oil gently improves cell signaling, the way neurons talk to one another. When that communication clears up, so does thinking. Pairing it with leafy greens or vegetables helps deliver fat-soluble antioxidants directly to the brain, a combination at the heart of the Mediterranean diet that lowered cardiovascular risk by 30% in the pre-dimed trial. Gloria, 68, came to me describing what she called the fog days, mornings when her thoughts felt heavy and scattered. After adding 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed olive oil to her salads and vegetables daily, she noticed change within 6 weeks. "I don't lose my train of thought as much," she said. "It feels like my brain takes a deep breath." For best absorption, drizzle olive oil cold. Never fry it at high heat. Its compounds are fragile, much like the neurons it protects. And here's where it gets interesting. While olive oil shields your brain, the next food actually fuels it. It's creamy, satisfying, and turns your body into a steady burning energy engine. Let's talk about the power of avocado. In 5, avocado, the high-octane fuel. Imagine starting your morning engine and finding the tank half empty. That's what aging mitochondria often feel like. Over time, the tiny power plants in your cells lose efficiency, leaving you with slower recovery, fatigue, and cloudy focus. Avocado delivers the perfect remedy. Steady, clean fuel that burns longer and brighter. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats that your body can convert into ketones, a form of energy that produces 38% more power than glucose. It's like switching from diesel to electric. It's smooth, efficient, and free of toxic residue. These fats also help regulate insulin, so your blood sugar stays even, avoiding those draining highs and lows. A large-scale analysis from NHANES 2011 to 2014 found that adults over 50 who ate 1 avocado daily performed better on immediate and delayed memory tests. Another 6-month study linked daily avocado consumption to improve processing speed and attention in older adults. Science shows us this fruit doesn't just feed your cells, it fine-tunes them. Avocados also deliver potassium and lutein, 2 nutrients that support both heart rhythm and cognitive clarity. Margaret, 72, began adding half an avocado to her mid-morning smoothie after struggling with afternoon crashes. "It's like I swapped my batteries for rechargeable ones," she laughed. "That's the mitochondrial advantage at work." To make it practical, blend half an avocado with Greek yogurt and spinach for a mid-morning smoothie, or simply slice it with eggs. The fat-soluble vitamins and other foods will absorb better too. If you're watching calories, remember, your body burns these healthy fats differently. They're signals, not storage. But while avocado gives your energy a steady lift, the next food helps protect your strength, literally. Because muscle isn't lost to time, it's lost to undernourishment. Let's look at how a handful of nuts may help you stay strong, stable, and independent. 6. Nuts, the frailty fighter. Many seniors worry about losing muscle or balance, but few realize how much a small handful of nuts can help. Beneath their crunchy shell lies a nutrient combination that quietly protects strength, stability, and longevity. Almonds, walnuts, and pecans provide protein, magnesium, and healthy fats that help your muscles stay responsive and your metabolism stable. In the Journal of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, 2023, researchers analyzed more than 10,000 adults over 60 and found that those who ate about 1 ounce of nuts per day had a 27% lower risk of frailty. Think of frailty as a slow dimming of your body's power grid, less muscle tone, slower walking, more fatigue. Nuts act like rewiring technicians, strengthening connections, and improving the body's response to stress. These fats also reduce chronic inflammation and support cardiovascular health. In the pre-dimed trial, walnut consumption alone lowered LDL cholesterol by nearly 9 milligrams per deciliter in just 8 weeks. And because nuts release energy gradually, they help prevent the 3 p.m. crash that sends many people reaching for sugar. James, 75, told me he replaced his daily cookie snack with 14 walnut halves. "At first, I missed the crunch of my biscuits," he laughed. "But within a week, I stopped yawning through the afternoon. That simple swap stabilized his blood sugar, curbed cravings, and gave him steady focus. Try keeping a small bag of mixed nuts handy. About a handful per day is enough. Choose raw or lightly roasted versions to preserve nutrients. And if you take blood thinners, almonds and walnuts are gentle options compared to high vitamin K nuts. But what about the muscles themselves, the very fabric that keeps you upright, strong, and independent? The next food, Greek yogurt, may hold the secret to keeping that foundation solid no matter your age. 7. Greek yogurt, the muscle preserver. After 60, your muscles act like an old construction site. Demolition outpaces rebuilding. Every year, the body naturally loses about 1% of muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. But protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt can change that story, helping muscles rebuild stronger, not weaker. Greek yogurt offers a perfect blend of slow-digesting casein and fast-acting whey proteins. This dual action feeds muscles steadily over hours, especially important for seniors whose muscle protein synthesis runs at a slower pace. In the Frontiers in Nutrition, 2025, study, older women consuming 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, much higher than the standard 0.8, saw major gains in strength and muscle size compared to the lower protein group. The difference was visible and measurable: firmer legs, steadier steps, and fewer falls. Think of protein as building blocks and Greek yogurt as the perfect mortar binding them together. It's also packed with calcium and probiotics, which support bone density and gut health, two foundations of healthy aging often overlooked. Susan, 69, began adding half a cup of Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon mid-morning. Within a month, she noticed her balance improving. "I stopped grabbing the counter when I bent down," she said. "It wasn't magic, it was muscle renewal finally catching up." To maximize absorption, pair your yogurt with a vitamin D supplement, or enjoy it alongside sun exposure. Research shows dairy's bone protective benefits appear strongest in those with adequate vitamin D. Avoid flavored versions loaded with sugar. Stick to plain, full-fat yogurt for the best results. Now, we've built strength, calmed inflammation, and restored energy. But there's one more piece: the system that filters waste and balances hormones. The next food supports the quiet hero of your metabolism, your liver. And it comes from a family of vegetables with surprising power. 8. Cruciferous vegetables, the detox. Supporters. Your liver works like the body's night janitor, quietly filtering toxins, balancing hormones, and resetting your metabolism while you rest. But with age, that janitor becomes overworked. Slower enzyme activity means more waste lingers in your bloodstream, leaving you sluggish or foggy. Enter cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. They're nature's cleanup crew, supplying sulfur-rich compounds that help your liver work efficiently again. These vegetables are loaded with sulforaphane, a natural compound shown to boost the body's detox enzymes and strengthen antioxidant defenses. In a 2022 Science Direct review, older adults who ate cruciferous vegetables regularly showed improved antioxidant capacity and reduced markers of oxidative stress. Picture these compounds as tiny air filters clearing the smog from your internal environment. When paired with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado, their fat-soluble vitamins A, E, and K become easier to absorb, supporting tissue repair and immune balance. Roasting or lightly steaming them keeps their nutrients intact while softening the fibers for easier digestion. Linda, 71, told me she added roasted broccoli to her dinner 3 times a week. "It sounds small," she said, "but my evening fatigue lifted within a few weeks." That's your liver thanking you. Start simple. 1 cup of broccoli, cauliflower, or cabbage a few nights each week. Drizzle with olive oil, season lightly, and let your body do the rest. Consistency matters more than perfection. Your cells remember every supportive choice. By now, you've met 8 foods that share one message. Energy after 60 isn't lost. It's rebuilt, meal by meal. But how do we bring it all together into one rhythm that feels natural, not forced? In a moment, I'll show you how these foods connect to form a simple daily pattern that restores strength, steadiness, and peace of mind. Your body isn't running out of time, it's running out of the right kind of fuel. After 60, every cell simply asks for cleaner energy, steadier nourishment, and a gentler rhythm. The 8 foods we explored: eggs, fatty fish, leafy greens, olive oil, avocado, nuts, Greek yogurt, and cruciferous vegetables, aren't part of a trend. They're reminders of what your body has always known: balance over restriction, nourishment over noise. When Margaret began swapping toast for eggs, when Robert chose salmon instead of pasta, when Linda filled half her plate with broccoli, they weren't dieting, they were reconnecting. Within weeks, their energy no longer came in short bursts, but in calm waves that carried them through the day. And that's the heart of healthy aging: steady vitality that lets you move, think, and live on your own terms. Imagine waking each morning with a quiet strength in your body, a clear mind, and the confidence that what you eat truly supports you. That independence is the reward these foods whisper toward. Now, I always remind my patients, consult your healthcare provider before changing your diet, especially if you take medications for blood pressure or diabetes. These changes are gentle, but they still matter deeply. If something in today's video resonated, maybe the thought of regaining that steady afternoon energy, share in the comments which of these foods you'll start with. Your story might guide someone else's healing journey. And if you found value here, tap subscribe and join our community of seniors committed to vitality, strength, and longevity, guided by evidence and grounded in hope. Because healthy aging isn't about adding years to life, it's about adding life to your years. Take a slow breath, and remember, your best energy may still be waiting for you at your next meal. Let's make the next meal count.